welcome to SeaWorld Orlando. We are checking out day one of the Seven Seas Food Festival. A little noisy where we are right now. They actually got some side stage entertainment going on. But this is the first courtyard area of the Seven Seas Food Festival with the Harley Davidsons. As always, if you remember that from Bands, Brew, and Barbecue, they always come out with the Harley Davidsons. Later we'll see some nice cars around. But let's head on in. Again, there's gonna be some side stage entertainment, so it'll be a little bit hard to hear. I may just let the music play as we walk through the area. So here's the entry banner to Seven Seas Food Festival. As we enter, it's your typical event style setting with all of the booths. There's a lot of beer booths we'll be seeing coming up. And again, that side stage entertainment coming up right here. Lots of exciting stuff to check out around Seven Seas Food Festival. Actually really glad, as you see, we'll see they've spread out the booths a lot more than they did before. So taking a look at the first booth that we come to, it's actually number 14 on the guide, Smokehouse Tavern. This is actually one of the specialty booths that will change over to Mexican food for the second half. That's kind of like, this is like your Bands, Brew, Barbecue from the days of old with SeaWorld, and then we move into Viva La Musica time of year, and that will be Mexican food here. We'll be checking that out a little later once that time of year rolls around. Also, the Comfort Kitchen right here is also another seasonal booth that will end about halfway through the event. This will end, and actually we will get some Latin flavors for Viva La Musica. Finally, in the seasonal offerings, we see the Crackling Pork Rinds booth. So now we're up in the Ports of Call area of SeaWorld Orlando. This is actually like a convention space, indoor and outdoor convention area. This is home at the Seven Seas Food Festival. This is home to the Asian market, home of a really good drink called the Blue Lagoon Punch. That's an alcoholic beverage, of course, so only over 21, obviously. We had a chance to sample the duck here so far. We may be back to try some more later. This has the duck lo mein, as well as some other food items we're gonna take a look at right over here. So there we see the Vietnamese shrimp spring rolls, Peking duck lo mein, toffee banana. Again, we tried that frozen lagoon punch, and it was pretty good. Also up here at the Ports of Call, we have the Korean Marketplace, or the Korean Market. Home to a lot of different things like the sea salted, I believe it's sea salt ice cream, Binsu salted vanilla ice cream, Korean barbecue rib tacos, Korean tacos, and a sweet potato taco as well. So that's the Korean Marketplace. And this is also a great place to come and relax. They have a lot of shade up here under a couple booths, a lot of benches and places to sit down. Something you won't find the rest of the way around the park other than on some benches, but there's actually tables and chairs up here to check out the whole event. Next up, we're gonna head towards the concert area and take a look at the booths that are not in the normal event pathway, not in the normal Bayside pathway. So one thing really cool also about the Seven Seas Food Festival that we've seen return from like Bands, Brew, Barbecue type of times when that event took place was some cars. So today we're actually seeing the Florida Cool Cars, the Muscle Car Network. This is today's classic car collection, and we're just going to take a quick walk through and check out all the cars that are set up right here.
It's beautiful. I wish I had it today.
So a couple really nice cars here, as well as a really neat looking truck. So there we saw the Camaro, Indianapolis 500 pace car here. A lot of really nice cars. This is really cool. They put a Shamu there. Yep. So next up, we are at the Gulf Coast Market and the Polynesian Market. This is located at the relaxation station. Lots of great stuff here. We got the braised short ribs, the wild berry bread pudding, available, already buzzing here. A little in the afternoon, about 1:30 at the Gulf Coast Market. And then over here we also have the Polynesian Market. Very similar menu to Epcot's Food and Wine Festival Polynesian Market menu with the, they have the Hawaiian pork slider, ahi tuna tartare, and a whole, but they also have a Hawaiian pineapple dream cake, which is very different. They've actually got these plates on display at this booth. So as we zoom in there, we can kind of get a look for the 4 individual plates there. And this takes place in the relaxation station. Remember, just past that, you can actually touch a shark, touch a very small shark at the Shark Touch Pool, which debuted last summer as part of the Summer of Mako. Another great thing we're noticing is the theming around each booth. A little bit of theming here. We got some like tiki guys with leis and all of that Hawaiian theming. And then over here at the Gulf Coast Market, we've got some turtles and a little banner, kind of like what you would see down towards the Caribbean, maybe even like a Key West type of theme. So definitely lots to check out, lots of great theming. And this again is just the beginning of what we were talking about with the booths being spread out through the park, not just in. So here on the pathway between Shamu's Happy Harbor on our right here and Shamu Stadium up the hill on the left, we have the Pacific Coast Market and a couple other muscle type performance cars set up. So first here we have the Pacific Coast Market, and they're serving up all sorts of good food, braised pork cheeks, grilled cheese, pound cake, and all sorts of great food offering here. And then up ahead, as I said, we're gonna see a few more cars, similar to what we saw earlier, a little bit more modern, I would say. I'm not really a car person, full disclosure, so not gonna be the expert on this. I'm here to talk theme parks and the Seven Seas Food Festival, as always, with you guys. So, but here we get a good look at some cars. I know we do have some fans of cars following us as well, so always awesome to get a cool look at these cars. And just past those muscle cars and that last marketplace, we have a very popular Brazilian market. Here you can get cheese bread. It's a really good value compared to some other parks like Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. You actually get 5 or 6 pieces of cheese bread for just a little over $4. And all the normal value of the Seven Seas Food Festival that we've seen before. Another big recommendation I'm gonna go ahead and make is to get this sampler. Now this sampler for pass holders is about $49, and that gives you 15 samples of food and beverage, and that includes alcoholic sampler beverages for just about $50. And it comes out to about $3.30 per food item. So definitely a great value. We haven't seen anything here yet be under $3.30 in value at the Seven Seas Food Festival. So here we find the North Atlantic Market. That's home to Hush Puppies, a really different tasting banana cheesecake in a waffle cone, as well as a lobster roll. So lots of good options here with the lobster roll. Again, just noticing that theming of like the lures, the fishing gear hanging here. Neat little themed area here. And again, that's the North Atlantic Market. So there's some Hush Puppies just chilling, waiting out. While you're at SeaWorld Orlando checking out the Seven Seas Food Festival, don't forget about Mako. It just opened it opened this past June of 2016. Really exciting hyper coaster, arguably the best coaster in Orlando. So while you're here experiencing some great eats and great snacks, save your stomach for Mako. And always be sure to check out our previous construction updates, our opening day coverage of Mako, which was really fun. We had a really great time. Another cool feature of the Seven Seas Food Festival is if you don't want to go to the concert or don't want to sit out in the elements, or the concert is really full and you're getting here kind of late for the 4 o'clock concert, you can actually go to inside the Nautilus Theater right here next to Mako and check out the simulcast of the concert going on live over at Bayside Stadium. So it's a great air-conditioned option if it's a hotter day or a rainy day. You could still see the concert sort of in person via simulcast. Over here in the Mako plaza called Shark Wreck Reef, we actually see the Mediterranean market over here, which we'll check out in just a second, but we also see a wine tasting booth as well as an artisan set up as well. And again, this is in Shark Wreck Reef. We actually posted a video walkthrough of the shark encounter, and be sure to check out our food review of Shark's Underwater Grill. If you haven't experienced Shark's Underwater Grill, we highly recommend checking out Shark's Underwater Grill, and if you're an annual pass holder, as a reminder, this month you can go to Shark's Underwater Grill. This month, February of 2017, you can go to Shark's Underwater Grill, $69 for 2 people. Now let's check out the Mediterranean market for a little bit lighter, smaller bites as part of the Seven Seas Food Festival. So here we are at the Mediterranean market. Pretty buzzing line right now. Really popular food items here. We have sea scallops, cured salmon, lamb chop, and a dark chocolate mousse. So as you can see, the line really long right now. And that's for the Mediterranean market. Lots of great food items here to check out, and all around the Seven Seas Food Festival as we've been showing you. Be sure again to check out our blog post, which will have a lot of pictures of the food items that we've tried. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll have pictures of different food items as we try them throughout the entire event, which goes until May 13th. So definitely be sure to stay with us on our social accounts. We may not get everything into the post instantly as we try new items. We will update the posts for those new items. So right here next to Sea Lion and Otter Stadium, we have the Florida Marketplace for all of your Florida flavors. Florida flavors, say that 3 times fast. They have coconut shrimp, shrimp mac and cheese, a Katafi orange, fried Katafi orange, and a key lime martini, which sounds really, really good, especially on a hot day like this. Next up, we're gonna head on to our last 2 booths of the Seven Seas Food Festival. So here next to Sea Harbor, across from Sea Harbor Theater, we have the Caribbean Market, home to shrimp cake, seafood ceviche, which we're hearing is really, really good. I won't be trying that personally with a seafood shellfish allergy. I don't tempt fate much. But we have a cinnamon slow roasted pork belly, which we'll be trying in a little bit. We'll have a review of that also on the website, and a chocolate tres leche cake. And that's at the Caribbean Marketplace just across the pathway right here. And on up the pathway, we're gonna see the Mexican Marketplace. That's gonna be our final stop on our booth tour of the Seven Seas Food Festival. And finally, here we are at the Mexican Marketplace, home to lots of good Mexican flavors. We actually tried the chicken adobo around 11 o'clock when we first got here. It was delicious, wonderful, not too super spicy. If you've never had adobo, this would be a great place to try a first sample of chicken adobo. Also other great food items here to check out and all around the Seven Seas Food Festival. So I want to thank you for joining us today. My name is Jim from WildGravityTravels.com. For more, you can check us out, subscribe to our YouTube, our Twitter page at WildGravityTRVL, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and of course Instagram. We'll see you at the park.